They're usually in the middle of threads somewhere that I don't. I'm wearing old threads here. I just found a new place for 3D fabric making, yeah, that I may try. Oh, there's people around. Good, 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 good. Let's see. I guess I got to put the chat on. That's our live chat. I'm starting to learn to do that. So, okay. See if we get anybody on YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, for, you know, members on Let's Go Help. You know, really keep asking me questions. Hi, Tony. This will be on Zoom. No, this one's not. That I do like lectures and free handouts on Zoom like that. This one is just impromptu and checking in and going over something, ask questions. I'm also on YouTube. That's where a lot of people keep following me too. What is today's topic? Well, David, I'm not really sure. I got lots of stuff. Actually, today's topic is about really new Americans, or whatever you call them, immigrants, you know, all this stuff. Do you know we have a program? There's a government program that gives immigrants money and health care, you know, because you're an immigrant. I have seen you at some places I work. Oh, where do you work, Erin? I guess you're in the Maryland area. But yeah, the refugees, immigrants, there's federal programs. Department of Health and Human Services has money programs for that. Because if you're an immigrant and you're not eligible for, you know, the benefits on the regular programs, they got another program just for immigrants, yeah, and refugees and stuff like that. So that's why. And I work with some people from some families from China, you know, and helping them. And that's what I just pity anybody who's coming here and trying to understand the system. Okay, cool. Thanks. Just Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right now. I mean, and but just for, you know, Q&A questions. I mean, next week I'll probably have a Zoom seminar. And it's going to be, I think, on my new debt book. I'm finishing a debt book, and everybody on the Zoom will get the debt book for free, and also a seminar on how to best use it. Okay. What I've done now is collect all the best sources of money if you have any kind of debt at all. You know, it could be credit card debt, personal debt, could be tax debt. Business debt. What else we got? Credit, student loan debt. I mean, all these debts are killing us. Yeah, and it's getting crazy again about these debts. Does your company offer any guidance on starting a nonprofit? Yes, I do. Whiskey Pie Joe, whatever it is. And the main thing, you could go to letsgostore.com. and see all the products that I sell there. But the best thing I have is the Let's Go Help. And I'm also broadcasting on Let's Go Help right now to the people there, because that's where I answer questions. Like if you're starting a nonprofit, the people on Let's Go Help know this now. They can say, hey, how do I start a nonprofit in Schenectady, New York, or something like that? And I'll send them do the research, or if I have something off the shelf, I'll send them all the best websites to start that nonprofit, wherever the heck they are. Yeah. And you just keep going. And that's why the people, Tony and Michael and Kevin from Let's Go Help, just keep asking me questions. And if I don't get you in a day or two, just annoy the hell out of me. I'm trying to do too much, obviously, because that's the fun part of life. It's sort of like a smorgasbord, you know, and that's, you know, just fun. And sometimes I lose your questions in a thread. You know, somebody answers something and then you answer to that and ask a question in there, and I miss those. So in the discussions, just start a new discussion and ask me that again. Yeah. Heck, how can I start a daycare center business? A lot of programs for that. I mean, not a lot, you know, but there are a lot of help for that. We need a lot of daycare people. And also, see, what's neat about starting a daycare business, the government pays your clients for your service. So that's like being in the real estate business, because you have something you want to rent, yeah, and you hook up with the government on it. The government pays your rent for your people staying there, yeah. And so same way with daycare. So there's a lot of that, and it's run at the state service. So again, if you need this kind of more guidance, I think Let's Go Help is good. I mean, I'm biased and everything, so you really can't trust anything I say because I'm selling you stuff. But of all the stuff, I mean, that I have, I think that, you know, $19.95 a month is you'll get more from that than you can anywhere else. I do reports. You want to buy a house, you know, for like $60. I show you every program in wherever the heck you live for real estate investors, or need a house to live in, or upgrade your house or whatever. And I just see somebody just reminded me, I forgot to send one to them. So I'm like 2 weeks late, and I screw up like that a lot nowadays. I don't work and I need health insurance. Well, you should be able to get it if you don't work, because that means you're low income enough to get the free health insurance from the government. Now, health insurance, like that's what I'll do on Let's Go Help. If you need health insurance or anything, what I've done for every state, I found out I'll show you where to get free health care in that state. Actually, no matter what income you are, it's for all income. Some are limited in how high they are, and then other programs, there's no requirements how high you are. Also, people that will fight for you in healthcare. I was reading an article today about how the drug companies are just trying to get people off their health. So, you know, because they're too expensive, they try to get them off by increasing the price of drugs to $1 zillion. so they go away, you know, and you know, and that's the problem with capitalism. You know, when you make that as your main reason to live, then you forget about the other parts of life. Yeah. Can I start a daycare? I don't work and need healthcare. A medical billing business. Do you think it could be a good idea? Maybe, maybe not, Scott, but don't do it without getting all the help first. What I would do, if you're thinking about doing medical billing, don't sign up somewhere on the internet. That's terrible. You contact your county government, ask them for the career one-stop. They have training money for this kind of stuff, and they have it at the county level. You can get a grant to pay for that if it's a legitimate business. So now you have not only the money, but somebody to evaluate how good this is. Too many people promise you businesses and income, and they're making money off it, you know. And particularly, that's why the new Americans I'm talking about, you know, people knew this country. I was telling you, my Mandarin teacher, ni hao ma. I still only know 5 words or whatever. And I went over to Shanghai. I'm stumbling with my Mandarin in the first restaurant I went to, and the Chinese guy looks at me and says, "Speak English. What do you want?" Yeah, we're so spoiled in this country because we speak English, and that's a good job you could do at home. Is talk to English to people, rich kids in China who want to practice their English, and you can make money at home just over the internet doing that. Are they training help for business and grant? In MoCo, Montgomery County, they have training help for business and grants. Yes, yes. Montgomery County is lowest, and the whole the state. Aaron, I guess you're in Montgomery County. And there's a lot of stuff here. And if you go, actually, I think the closest business development center is at the University of Maryland, and that's free. So you want to get a government contract, you want to start a business, or find out about the incubator programs in the state. There's a lot of that has grants for new businesses that want to start up. I spoke to them a few months back. and interviewed some of the people that got those grants, and actually they got money. I don't know, like $20,000-$30,000 to work part-time on a business while they were still in their boring jobs they were trying to get out of. Yeah, I purchased a hot springs in Oregon, in a small town that is the best way to get money to do rehab. The property, it's historic. Any idea? Yes, Mike. I mean, again, I mentioned you give me that city, state, and I give you a report for $60, all the houses. If you want to do it yourself, there's one way is if you join. Here's another. I'm selling you stuff again. Let's Go Help. I have video instructions on how to find any kind of fix up and rehab money. But basically, it's this. If you're looking for money for that, here's the place you got to start. First of all, you start with your county community development agency. That's where you want, because that's where the most rehab money goes. And then you come to your city. So you have a city, your county, and nonprofit organizations that are local. Then you go to your state. Then you go to your federal governments, and then you have the internet. Things like crowdfunding just for real estate and stuff like that. Or there's people that peer-to-peer loans that are cheaper, and they give you money for down payment to buy stuff, and that makes your whole mortgage payment a lot cheaper. And it's very interesting things that are going on that way too. Medical billing, but I don't work and need health. Okay, got that. Okay, have training help for business. Yes, got that. I purchased hot springs in Oregon. Oh, there's a fellow staying with us here who's from Portland, Oregon. I was just reading Portland is having a lot of trouble with housing. Prices are going crazy there. And what they're trying to do, I was reading today, is have more subsidies for housing, and put rent caps on the housing. That's a big issue in our country, is housing. Nobody can afford housing. That's why we're in debt. Now, I just read here, America's debt load hits a record $13.5 trillion. $13.5 trillion. That's the latest year as credit card inquiries fell, student loan delinquencies remain high, riskier borrowers on home automobiles, according to the report. Household debt and credit report published Tuesday by the Federal Reserve Bank showed that overall debt by Americans edged up to $13.5 trillion. In the fourth quarter of 2018, it has risen consistently since 2013, when debt bottomed out after the last recession. So after the last recession was 2008, debt was going down. Now it's going back up, and it's bigger than ever. So that's why I'm doing this debt book, because there's places in the government that not only argue for you to get your debt down, money programs of you pay it, ways that people that will actually even, work with your people you owe money to get it down. The government even has forgiveness programs and all kinds of things for any of those things, personal debt or IRS debt or student loans and all that kind of stuff. I was reading an article, and it's in the report too. Now a whole bunch of people are getting their back payments on their student loans returned to them because the government screwed up, or actually the court made them do it, because they were telling the people that, oh no, you got to pay, and they didn't. So they're getting it back now, and that's cool. And it takes effort. Remember, all this stuff takes effort. It doesn't come by itself, and that's why for new Americans, I was telling you about the people in from China that are here, and they're lower income, they're struggling through, and but not knowing the system. I have trouble understanding it, and I've been studying it for 40 or 50 years. So imagine if you just landed here from another planet, another country, and try to take advantage of it. That's why so many people in this country, they're selling things, take advantage of the immigrant population, because they don't know what's going on. Just like, when I went to China, I couldn't speak anything, and if I had to deal with the government that only spoke Chinese, I'd be really up shit's creek, I'm sure. Is there any programs that will pay to help me travel? Yes, join the Army, Navy, Marines. Coast Guard. Actually, there are a couple of programs. Actually, I used to go on one of my whole family a lot called Passports in Time. I don't know if they have that anymore. It was with the Department of Agriculture, and you go and volunteer and do neat things all around the country. Actually, we went to Alaska. We went to Maine. And worked in marine biology for free as volunteers. It was fun. I know we have to pay our way to action. So is the website letsgo.com for monthly membership? No, monthly memberships is letsgohelp.com. Letsgohelp.com. Let me put that in here. Yeah, letsgohelp.com. Yeah, I see that this is probably the best I've done in my life. Besides the one-stop state books that I've done and finished, and they're all available for every state now. I have a single reference source that you could find 300-400 sources of money that you don't have to pay back, in your state. See, that's the problem. All these government programs that you don't go to the Washington for anything. It's all local. What about help for the homeless, Matthew? I can't find anything local or state. What about federal? You can't find local homeless programs or whatever to help. You want to be a nonprofit or you're homeless yourself. Anyway, I mean, the best place to start with is 211. If that doesn't help, go to your library. I mean, it's different everywhere else. I could tell you, but I know for sure every county government under the community development block grant gets money for that. Emergency money, everything. You need a down payment and the first month's rent. They have money for stuff like that. You need an emergency $500. They have money like that. Wow. Tuela, I got your message on clarity. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope it works out for you. It was fun working with you. And let's see where we're. Oh, so yeah, the whole. I mean, gosh, so you start there, and remember, you're a reference librarian. I mean, they could do a lot, particularly they know local governments and that's where a lot of this stuff is. So call your reference librarian, walk in the library, ask them for sources, who to contact. That's what life is all about nowadays. It's not about the internet. The internet you use only when you know for certain, like the name of the office is giving out the money. Then you go there. Now you got the name of it. Otherwise, you just, I'm going to call the government. And you search Google and you're screwed. You'll never find it. And that's the key thing in life. Is that you have to rely on other people who know their stuff to direct you in the right direction. And that's why I think people are becoming more important. Now, as we have too much information, like on, the debt book I just did. Well, it's not out yet. It's going to be out in another week or two, and so there's about 100 pages there. There's 100 and some sources, I guess. But if you put debt help right now, and this is why, if you're new to the country, or even just first generation, second generation, and you're not hip, you're just doing what everybody tells you to do to get through life. And it's a little more complicated. The good stuff isn't obvious and the good stuff isn't advertised. So that's a problem. And you put in, right now, go to Google and put in debt help. Okay, DEBTHELP. Okay, I did it earlier today because I was doing a video to promote my book. And 480 million websites. Okay, 480 million. That's 500 million websites. I think there's only a couple billion websites on the internet. So you got 25% of all the websites have something to do with debt. Page 43 is my favorite. Oh, you got that. Oh, yes, that's Tuela's on there. Yeah, it's your page, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't really officially publish that. I mean, just kind of 500 million websites. A couple of years ago, probably about 2 or 3 years ago, I think I knew there was only like 1 billion websites. So, I mean, it can't be half of everything in the internet is on debt. Isn't that crazy? Even if it's only 10%, you're never going to find all that. That's what I mean. I think we need curators, and that's what I felt I am. I'm taking 800 or 480 billion websites and showing you just the 100 that help you for free. Remember, 44% of all the websites that you're going to Google and get are people who want to get money from you. They want to take your money. What I want to do is show you websites that give you money. So that's right. Every product you get from me is only websites. Yes, Dan, it is live. Are you live? Sometimes I don't feel it. I feel live, but maybe just a little sore than I would. Well, I went out and bicycled again about 18 miles. I do 16 or 18 miles on the bike a day because I still have planters, whatever that heel thing is, and I haven't run for a while. But bike's sort of fun. It's less pounding, I guess, and it's sort of interesting. And I don't use earphones or anything because I find the older I get, I really have to be tuned into traffic and people and everything. I can't be distracted by stuff in my head because my response time, my reaction time is a lot less than it used to be. But it's nice. And I bought a used bike on the internet for like $70. It was great bike. The first one I got, I spent about $300-400. This one is actually even better. $70. That's why, like, iPhones are that way, man. I used iPhones, for $100-200. Why pay $1,000 for something that's going to do the same thing? I don't understand. But that's fine. We're all struggling through life. Nobody has the magic. We all have to find our own way to do it. And that's the key, is trusting your own gut and whatever, and taking what anybody else says just as a grain of salt and as just a potential to investigate and to see if that tool is useful for you or not. Infuse apple cider vinegar in water every day to cure plant. Oh, infuse apple cider vinegar in water. What do you mean infuse? Does that mean just mix it up? Strange fruit. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Do you have affiliate programs to help promote your site? I'm not good at that yet. I have some things on Share a Sale, and that's it. I have ClickFunnels, and I think I got their affiliate program down. If you want to try that, let me know, and we could work on it a little bit together, figure it out, and find a product that you think you could sell. And we'll do ClickFunnels because they can handle all the accounting and stuff like that for me. Because I'm small, I'm doing most of this myself. I love it because I don't know where to go with it yet or what it is. I'm getting closer. Yeah, I am getting closer. I got some decent products, whatever, and starting to learn how to market on the internet, which I really didn't know. But it's a chicken and egg. I have products. And most people just learn marketing, but it's really learning product. A couple tablespoons throughout the day. I had plantar fasciitis too. Oh, you did? Now, a couple tablespoons in what? Oh, you drink it. Oh, so apple cider vinegar in water that you drink. I got some Chinese stuff from my Chinese friends, and that's the only thing that's really been helping. I was exercising the hell of it. The first time I got it, it went away like in a week or two with some exercise. Then it came back a couple months ago later, and now I can't get rid of it. I don't want the doctors, they want to give me cortisone shots and all that. I don't believe in all that stuff. I want it to heal itself. Is there a way for me to donate some of my time to help you do marketing? Yeah, Dan, I love that. Here. Yeah, let's go freeradio@gmail.com. Yeah, if you don't hear from me in a day or two, just beat on me, okay? If you know marketing stuff, let's try it. That's how I usually build businesses that way, is partnering, because I know what works. And if you start spending money on everything and see what works, then you run out of money before you figure it out. Is really what happens. So the key to getting a business going is use all the free stuff till you really understand the market, understand stuff, to see what, and get really comfortable in what you know for sure, not rely on other people telling you what is good, what sells and what doesn't. They may or may not know, and they probably don't. It work for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. I'm happy to hear you're working with ClickFunnels. Yes, that's been very successful for me. And a normal site, and if you go to Let's Go Tutor, you'll see a normal site there. Live chat. Oh, yeah, that leave chat. What's that? What's that, strange fruit? Can you send me an email, strange fruit, so I find you? Wonderful. I'll be sending you. Okay, Dan. Yeah, and also strange fruit. Can you send me? I'd be curious more about the planter thing. How long did it take for you to get rid of it? I'm an old guy. The older you get, the longer things take to heal. And I'm not, so I don't run. What the hell? I bike 16 miles a day, and that takes me an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. And it's invigorating and fun. It's really a mental. To me, exercise is therapy, mental therapy, more than it is keeping the body going. And that's the important two of those things, I think, in life. You can't get more out of life. It's sort of like, you have to be able to enjoy life, and that's your health and your mental condition. And that's why I thought exercise, boy, every day I'm very religious on that. I'm just very selfish about it. I just feel better. I start to get cranky if I don't. And I think my main motivator, I was a short, fat kid most of my life. And the only thing that really stopped my weight problem was running, exercising hard, not just 2 times a week. Check your chiropractor. Yeah, I've been there too. They, try to hold. I'm almost 50 years old. It took me about a month. Oh, huh. Yeah, and that's with just doing the drinking thing. Huh. Yeah, I'll try that. Sounds interesting. I think my wife uses it for something else. She's doing. Does it take it? Can you use it with something else instead of just water? Drinking vinegar sounds. Those watching on Let's Go Help, remember to if I don't answer your question, remind me again by going and starting a new thread. Because what happens, I think I lose you in the old threads because it gets thread within a thread within a thread, and I can't find the beginning of the thing or the end of them. Many times they just get lost. So it's best to start a new one, and we could do it all over again. By the way, I just got a new copy. This book, I don't know, about 20 years ago, a book came out, The Millionaire Next Door, and I just realized there's a new one out now. It was 2 professors that wrote it a couple years ago, many years ago, about how millionaires are created in this country. And it really shows that, how is your wife, man? Actually, she's got a little problem we're working on. I don't know if it's pneumonia or whatever. So she's tied up a little right now. We're working that through with some doctors, and maybe something else. I'm not really sure, medicine. Everyone's guessing. That's the name of the game. Millionaire Next Door. So that's a very fascinating story. And the new one, I just got it today and skimmed a little bit. And it looks like it's the same kind of thing, that most millionaires in the United States are normal people. You won't recognize them. I mean, it's the guy who owns a dry cleaner, kind of thing. He's a goddamn millionaire. So most of it, and 80% of them are self-made millionaires. We all like to say, oh, I didn't go to Harvard or didn't have rich parents or whatever. And they're millionaires too. I changed my shoes too. Yeah. Quality, better support, important to stretch properly, including your feet. Yeah, that's why I started stretching the hell out of my feet, because I wanted it to heal better. And I think it got worse. Things I do make them worse than better. It was getting better, and I was close to feeling it was done. And then, I'm going to really stretch these things to make sure. Mix the apple cider vinegar with a splash of lemon juice and some honey, and then add ice to taste. It takes vinegar, bitterness. Oh, cool. Okay. And then it's, I slid backwards. Yeah. But I don't have a career as a long distance runner or anything, so it doesn't matter. But no, I was running 4, 5, 6 miles a day for most of my life. And almost every day. I mean, there's a day or two now and then I don't. Mix the apple vinegar. Okay. Oh, I see. Great. It takes the vinegar taste away. Yeah. Oh, so the millionaire next door. So they're more normal people than the people we see in the, celebrities and everything. Sure, they may be millionaires. Most of them are broke anyway and spending too much money than they make. The most millionaires are driving 5-year-old cars and things like that. It's just not that important to most people. Heat 15 minutes, ice 15 minutes. Hope your wife feels better. Yes, I do. I see. But first, so heat for 15 minutes and ice for 15 minutes. That's interesting. Huh? I'll be praying for you all, man. Oh, thank you, Robert. We all need help, man. Just take it wherever it is and whatever, it's offered. And another thing I feel about giving is that if somebody wants to give you something, I used to be, when I was younger, it would be very, what's the word? I was too proud to take it or want to do it myself or whatever. And then I realized, well, you're depriving somebody else of that great feeling of giving. I mean, to me, the most selfish thing in the world is to give. Okay. Bone conditioner, headphone are cure for the deaf. Let's go. Bone conduction headphone are the cure for the deaf. Interesting. But yeah, so I mean, that's why to refuse a gift from somebody, I mean, I don't do that ever anymore, because if somebody thinks you're important enough for them to give something to, then by refusing, you're depriving them of that good feeling, because I think the best feeling in the world is to give, I mean, what could be better than that? That's the secret about life to me, is that giving feels better. I mean, that's what love. It's nice to be loved, but I think it's nicer to love yourself, to love someone else, to love hard. That's why you see these people, are miserable, and they pick up a little puppy or a kitten or something and they pour that love out, because they enjoy it so much, and sometimes it's difficult to do it with humans. So they do it with animals, because the animal doesn't have a clipboard taking notes. Did I get enough today? Did it equal what I gave? And all that kind of stuff, that people do. So the million next door. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting data. And it's still, the updated version, 80% of the millionaires in this country are self-made. 80%. So that means they did it themselves. They didn't have mommy and daddy help them, like Donald Trump or whatever. So that's what the country's all about. That's what attracts, new people that want to come to this country. And that's why, God, when you get here, to understand, like every day, almost every time I meet my these families that I work with, I mean, I'm able to show them a free source of something to help them, and they have little to no money, to help them through this system that they don't know about, and it's complicated to understand. And I don't know how many of you commented on I sent out a survey, and so many that I got about 300 returned. It was great. Thank you so much. Very helpful. And the biggest surprise there, as an afterthought, I put in, I was putting in, like, what do you think stops you from getting, government help or something like that? And I put things, well, you go on Google and you get too many websites, you can never find the right office. Or you need a grant writer, which you don't. You don't at all. Or here's the one that really surprised me. It's almost like the most important thing. They don't understand the bureaucraties, how the government talks. Yeah, you don't. I understand. I mean, and I think that's what I do. I think that's what my biggest mission is to put what the government has into English. Yeah, because they call it all kinds of weird stuff, like workforce development. No, that's $8,000 to get a job. So you're not going to call up and ask for workforce development, and you're looking for $8,000 getting a job. They don't see it on the the schedule or anything, so they don't know. Yeah, I have a story about that. So that's why that's why I feel my work does it takes that stuff, that's bureaucratese gobbledygook, and I put it into English for people. Hey, that's not an urban homesteading act. That's homes for $1. Yeah, and that's what I think. But I lend to the equation on that. Well, that's about a half hour, guys. I think I'm gonna. Boy, I'm fading. Is really what it is. We got house guests here. My wife's been at the doctor a little bit. Nothing real serious. Just checking to make sure something isn't serious. So that's been going on. I got a bunch of projects, and I'm sure one of the things that I want people to remind me if I forgot something, okay? And I didn't give you something. Government jargon, best to be simplified to layman's terms. Yes, love your spelling. Yeah, and that's the key in life, and that's what I try to do. And I think that's one of the popularities of Trump. He speaks down. He doesn't, he says it very clear and plain, what he means, instead of finessing and politeness and all that kind of stuff. And I enjoy talking that way because it just to try to get to the heart of the problem, or the heart of the thing is. Good night, bud. Thanks for hopping on YouTube. Yes. Good night, love light. Love the love light. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. And let's go store.com. Okay, thank you for the Q&A today. You bet. You bet. I'll be here probably 20 more years, so no problem. I wonder what I'm going to look like in 10. Things change pretty, start changing quicker as you get older, but it's certainly fun. Health is the important reason, right? So I'm going to do that cider stuff, okay? And yeah, you guys email who I talk to, okay? Thanks.